Okay, I'm back. Hopefully this is gonna go well. I will wait for my live video to pop up for you guys. I hope that you're back and everything's okay. I completely shut everything down and restarted, and my coworkers are now not on calls, so hopefully we'll have some internet connection. I'm gonna find this video and pop it over to the creative group. Good morning, Mary Jo. Thanks. Welcome back. I hope this is a better connection. Let's see. Okay, so it says I'm live right now. I'm just going to share this. I don't want to turn my back to you. I'm going to bring this up here. This is how I monitor comments while I go. Let's see. Videos live. Yep, I want to be live. That's right. Here we go. Oh, this is the live from earlier. Mary Jo, can you do me a favor and share this over to Creating with Selene? I would appreciate it. And then I don't have to think about it. I can just get to Stampin. Although I would like to find this video so that I can see your comments on my screen here. I can only see the last three. So I can see Linda from Northern Florida and Bonnie, but I can't see beyond 3. That's okay. Good morning, Donna. So this is the morning I normally go to see to Litchfield, New Hampshire, and I see my Gilchrist girls, and they have been around since almost the beginning. Alexis used to run around and hang out during our classes, and they loved her, and they've actually watched her grow up. And on summer vacations, I bring her up there with me this morning. So we meet once a month, and I have a card class with them. And many of you only know me online, but I do have what I consider a mainly in-person business still, even though I service people all over the United States. I do love my in-person business, and I love that human interaction. So this has been a little bit tricky for me, maneuvering this no social interaction with others thing. And I have been home since Monday. I did some food shopping on Monday. And I got out of there, and I've been home ever since. So, yeah, because we were away at a crafting retreat this weekend. And I'll tell you, being away with those, I was going to say ladies, but there's a couple of guys. So being away with everyone, all those crafty people, all those wonderful people, fill my soul. And it's that human interaction that we have that I totally need in my life that I'm missing right now. So not being able to stamp with my Gilchrist girls, I started out this morning making them some cards. And I thought rather than crafting all by myself, that I would come here and present it to you guys as a class. So the first card that I did, and I'll show you a peek. The first card that I did was really simple, and I know it's backwards in this view, but once I flip the camera, it won't be backwards. And it says, I often think about how amazing you are. And then when you open it up, it says, today you'll get it in writing. So I plan to send this off to my 8 Gilchrist girls today, because honestly, I just miss their faces, and I miss their laughter, and I miss sitting beside them and laughing about whatever and telling them about my day. So we can do that here, and we can spend some time together. I'm going to flip the camera, and I'm going to start from scratch. So all the cards that I'm going to show you, there's 3 designs that I did with one stamp set. And the stamp set is from the main catalog. It's called A Wish for It All. Actually, I did use the sentiment from, thanks for the laughs. I will also say that there's usually a decent order that comes out of that group. And last night, within an hour of canceling my in-person class, one person got on my website and placed a $381 order. So she kind of saved my the hole in my calendar that I didn't do then because I was busy following the rules. So thank you to those of you that have been placing orders. I'm gonna do a special after this free class for anybody that places an order, and I will post the host code up in the comments as soon as I get off. And I will send you a package of rhinestones because I realized I don't have any. So I'm gonna order some rhinestones today, and for anybody that places an order using the host code above in the title later, I will send you a thank you with some rhinestones so that you can make some cards with me. Anyway, so for those of you that were on before, I told you to grab some black paper, some white paper, and another color. It doesn't matter what color you pick. You'll have what you need if you have black, white, and another color. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to flip the camera, and my goodness, I didn't put my clip down. If you've never seen it, I built a box here, and there's a clip that sits on the box that comes from my garage ceiling, which is where my husband and I built the studio. And I can flip this camera down by doing this. So that's how I take it from the stand to the stand to get to craft with you. So I'll flip the camera around, and I'm going to show you some really basic how to cut a card. We'll cut this one card and then we'll make some cards with it. So if you're starting from scratch, it's not like Chinese on how I'm doing this. It's the language we don't speak. It's all Greek to me. If you don't speak Greek and you try to get around in Greece, you'll understand where the saying comes from. It's all Greek to me. All right, I'll be right back. 1 second. Flip this over. I'm gonna put my hand over the camera so I don't make you too dizzy. And this is going in the stand, and we're back. Okay. So hello again, everybody. Let's see if I can find the video now. Nope. So special. There we go. I got you now. Woohoo! All right, good morning, Sandy. Hey, Sandy, I would like to call Stampin' up with you to resolve that paper pumpkin thing. So when we get off later on, I have a conference call with Stampin' Up. They're so awesome at from noon to 2 to try and come up with solutions for our teams while we're going through all of this. So I'm so impressed with them. I'm going to start by taking a regular 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and I'm going to score it in half at 4 1/4 the long way. So this is on the 8.5 inch that I scored at 4 1/4. So I scored it first, and now I'm just going to cut it in half the other way at 5 1/2. So this is a card this size will fit in the Stampin' Up medium envelopes perfectly. So you don't have to have any special tools other than the paper trimmer. And can I just tell you, Jen Adams will tell you, because she just got hers, and she's a brand new crafter, that she just got her paper trimmer and she's already loving it. So after I scored my paper in half and cut it, now there's a nice line, and I can crease it and fold it in half, and that's how I got my card base. Now, if you don't have this color, which is Poppy Parade, don't worry about it. Take a piece of paper that you have an ink pad for. So like you want to pick one that you have a matching ink pad for, and just use that. And then we're going to make a second layer for our card, and the second layer is going to be 5 1/4 by 4. So and you're going to notice that I already have a bunch of these cut, but I wanted you to know how to do it. So 5 1/4. And then we'll go again at 5 1/4. And then 4. So you get 4 pieces of these out of one 8.5 by 11, which is a pretty good value if you're making projects for lots of people. Like this morning, I want to send a card to my mom again. And I want to send another one out to the 8 Gilchrist girls, because boy, I miss them. Okay, so that's the second layer, right? 5 1/4 by 4. So now I'm going to bring my white in, and I'm going to go down another 1/4 inch. This is a real simple layout, but we'll use it for several cards. And I'm going to go 5 by 3 3/4. So you're going to want to get your bases all cut and your things all cut. But this is the 5 by 3 3/4. And because the color that I chose is a little bit dark, I'm going to cut another 5 by 3 3/4 for the inside of each of my cards. So for every card, I'm going to use a 1/2 piece of white so that I have something to put on the inside. So for example, this was that first card that I showed you. I often think about how amazing you are. Today you get it in writing. What a perfect sentiment. I miss my girls. So let's go. Good morning, Diana. So I hope that you guys are all doing really well. It's hard being cooped up in the house, isn't it? Luckily, I am cooped up with 2 of my favorite people, Brian and Alexis. And today I put a pepperoni calzone in the oven, so they are enjoying lunch. And I said I wanted to come hang out with you guys and craft for a little bit, and that I would jump on while they were having lunch so that I would get the internet back. Oh, the challenges of being at home. Anyway, I started with, let's see, where's my stamp set? I started with Thanks for the Laughs because it was out, and every sentiment in here is better than the next. No one will ever be as entertained by us as us. Boy, that also applies to my Gilcrest girls. How did I get so lucky to have a friend like you? I used this at some things for retreat over the weekend. By the way, the retreat in a box is still going to happen. I have 12 of them, but I am working out how to get them packed. So I have to figure out the shipping before I can list it. And I have to order the pieces that I haven't ordered the $50 items and stuff, but it's going to happen this week. And this stamp set, which is very overlooked in the book, I don't think I've ever seen any samples online for it. And I've been doing my best to, even during this crisis, send out birthday cards to people that I love. I've been using Facebook to cheat and see where their birthdays are. But these are the die cuts. Isn't that cute? Like candles. Imagine candles going across in rainbow colors, or this. But for now, I'm just going to keep today hashtag simple stamping. So what you need is stamps, ink, and paper. So I'm going to grab the ink pad that matches the base that we cut. So if you don't have Poppy Parade at home, look and see if you have a cardstock that matches your ink, and then you'll be good to go as well. And I just took this big doily image and stamped it at the bottom off the paper. And before I get going too crazy, I think I want to bring in my sentiment and stamp that, because if I fill up the page with these big images, I won't have any room left for my sample. In fact, I think I'm going to make that my inside. So I'm going to put that one to the side and bring in another 5 by 3 3/4. And I'm going to stamp the sentiment on that first so that I have room for all these other images to slide around. It makes it so easy to make a card when you have like a nice big image taking up your paper. So show of hands, who loves to color? Oh, look what I did. Oh my goodness, only when you're live. I'm gonna dump that one because I could probably still save it. All right, that was awesome. Did you see me take the black into the red ink pad? Now you know that I am off my game. I'll be fixing that. You know, if you do that on your own ink pads, I would take a paper towel to the inside of this and lift that black out, because Stampin' Up! Does not make the color that I just made. Oh my God. Anybody want to come up with a name for that color? Oh my goodness, that was funny. All right, so I often think about how amazing you are. That's hysterical for me right now. Whatever, I'm gonna turn it around and stamp. And then this is a great stamp set. It's so easy, and this image is beautiful, and it's so overlooked. I think some of the main catalog images get overlooked, especially this time of year. Like, we're so busy trying to get that last hurrah, because you know celebration is over in just like another week or so, and we're winding down. So I took a Wink of Stella because Wink of Stella can move any water-based ink, and it makes me happy to color. If I, you know, this might be the thing that I do to get past my no social thing for the next week or so, because honestly, it makes me happy. I did, oh, am I frozen there? I hope you guys are still seeing me. I'm gonna stand up so I can see you. Okay, Bonnie, you still here? Good morning, Beth. And I love to color. I don't know if you guys saw the thing I posted yesterday on the creative page about like dipping ink and using a fork to paint. I'm totally gonna try that. But I think when I try it, it's gonna be all about the paper. So I think I'm gonna wanna use a watercolor paper, or maybe shimmer white, because of the properties of it being able to accept the ink. I can't wait to try that. If I can make that musical, the G clef that they made, I would be so happy. Anyway, so you can just take your time and use Wink of Stella, and it doesn't matter which color that you have on hand. You should be able to do something like this. And you know, maybe you don't have this stamp set, Wish for It All. The item was 149373 if you're looking for it. But if you have any image that you can sit and color, you know, just look through your stash. If you've got a bunch of stamp sets on the shelf, you could do this with anything. That's another thing I like about creative videos. We can always take what we have and just use that. Okay, so I'm going to finish coloring this afterwards, even though, wasn't that fun? I thought it was beautiful. And I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive to this. And this will be the first project. I thought, wow, you know, I'm sitting here crafting by myself. It would be way more fun to hang out with my buddies. So here I go, I'm live. And then I'm like the internet Nazi, making everybody get off the internet so that I can sit here and craft with you guys. Too funny. All right, so this one I think is the one. This is the inside. Today you get it in writing. So these I'll be finishing to send out to my Gilcrest girls, because boy, it's funny how you know, and I'm so glad I had this weekend's retreat before I came here, because there were a couple of people that were not feeling well, just with colds. They don't have anything crazy, but they had colds and they stayed home, and I sent out boxes to them first thing Monday. So they already all have their boxes in hand. But how wonderful that we craft with people like that are more concerned about everybody else than they are about themselves. That's what crafters do, I guess. We're just special people. I mean, there's a lot of special people in the world, but I was totally amazed by them staying home, doing the right thing. Thank you, Mary Jo. I'm grateful for you too. You know, that the camaraderie and the friendships over the years that you make as a result of what started as a hobby and is now my profession. This is, you know, how I send my daughter to school, and I'm so impressed with her school. They are 100% online this week, and so her professors are doing Zoom chats, and I'm very amazed by them. Okay, so this is another image in the same stamp set as the birthday one, the Wish for It All. I'm trying to stay ahead of my birthday cards, and this one features a cake and some sparklers. So what I did with this one was I took it right to the ink pad, and I stopped where the black lines for the, or where the, I'm calling them black, where the sparklers start. They could be gold. And then I pulled in a couple of markers. So I'm gonna color the sparkler stuff with a marker. And again, this is super simple for a stamp set. It's nice to have a simple card. You know, it doesn't need to take you 2 hours to make a card, especially since my goal is to send out 10 cards today. I ordered postage yesterday online. I ordered 10 books of stamps. So I'm hoping that those get here soon so that when I run out of stamps, and I'm huffing, I am breathing, oh no, break out the disinfectant. I am breathing on the stamp to re-moisten the ink while we're chatting. But because we're home, it'll be okay. When I got home from the retreat, the first thing I did was I ran my blocks through the dishwasher. Oh look, looks like there's something on my stamp. So I'm gonna take this, my blender pen, and just touch the ink pad and kind of clean up that dot so that you don't see it. But they all just came out of the dishwasher this morning. Ready? So this is my block of I haven't put them away yet, but they just came out of the dishwasher, so they're all fresh and ready to go. So yeah, isn't that cool? So you can stamp with 2 different colors, just one stamp, couple of markers. Again, it was black and poppy, not a lot of supplies. And then how about another stamp from that set? It's Your Special Day. I went a little higher than I did on the original. Hopefully this is gonna work out okay. And I'm just gonna stamp this above my sparklers, right in the middle. And what would my life be without Wink Estella? You know what? I just wanted to hang out with you guys, so that's why I'm here online. And I will periodically pop online to come stamp with you as often as possible. Because you know what? If we can't gather in person, how cool is it that we have this tool that we can gather here? So this is moved all around, enough to make it sparkly. And I need some rhinestones. So I did mention that I'm almost completely out of rhinestones. Look at this. It's kind of a sad state of affairs. And I'm going to be ordering some today for those of you who decide to place an order through my online store, because this is my full-time job. I will send you some rhinestones in the mail and probably some love. The lady who saved me this week and placed a $381 order, well, she is going to get some decent love in the mail, just so she knows. I'm working out that package right now. Oh, I love this. And you know, sparklers don't just blast up, they blast back at us and definitely hit our hands. So I'm gonna just bring a little bit of this down because it just seems so white right there. Isn't that pretty? And it's so simple, you know, like it doesn't need to take a long time to make a card. You can tell I'm using up stuff that I've used for other cards. It's fine. No one's gonna know if you didn't paint behind the toilet. If they pull my card apart, they'll know. Well, and of course all of you know, but you appreciate the fact that I would make something out of the back, and the fact that it makes my card weigh less, so I'll have to pay less postage. Win-win. Okay, so I'm gonna bring back the, because if it's less than an ounce, and it's less, like there's no dimensionals on this. I can just mail this with a regular stamp. Yay, okay. So what about the inside of the card? Sometimes we want to get a little bit fancy with the inside of the card, and I like that this stamp sort of matches the doily on this stamp. So this can be our inside, and I do this a lot. I'm gonna put tape runner at the top and the bottom, and then I'm gonna use that to attach my ribbon to the back side of this. Do you guys do this? So it's like one move. I can attach my ribbon and then stick the layer on in one move. So I'm using my adhesive for two purposes right here. And I might even put a little bit more right there to make sure it sticks good. But we'll just stick this in, and it makes a cute inside. Ooh, I gotta be careful. The ink might still be wet. And then I can take some time later when I'm writing these out and add some Wink of Stella and maybe put another rhinestone in there when they come in. Let's see. Look at how pretty these are. Oh. So just one color ink and one color paper, you know, or well, it's 3 colors of paper. It's black and white, and then whatever color you choose. But then you can start to add little embellishments if you want. But really, this is just stamps, ink, and paper. And then if you do place an order, I'll send you the rhinestones. So that'll be a win-win for all of us. Okay, so I'm moving on to another card idea out of the same stamp set. I was kind of eyeballing the crown, which isn't really usually my jam, or this thing, this little flower. And I thought, well, how nice would it be to have like falling flowers? I don't want falling snow anymore, so we'll do falling flowers here. So I'm going to take this because it was the back side of an email. I'm going to turn it inside out. This is how I protect my mats, whatever happens to come off the printer this day. I did like, let's see, the Wish for It All stamp for the birthday. So I thought maybe we'd start with that in the middle. And I'm not going to go smack in the middle with it. I'm going to go up just a little bit, like, so maybe here, because I'm going to stamp that crown. Ha! Upside down. Perfect. All better now. So I'm going to stamp that crown. I just snorted. That was funny. We're going to stamp that crown straight on top of the Wish for It All. And then I'm going to grab that little flower and come in and make it rain. It is raining here today in Dracut. So if this were if this were snow, I would say to remember just to do flurries. I do not want a flower snowstorm. So we'll go a little bit. And don't forget to do some right off the paper onto your scratch paper, because that will definitely help your eyes once it's off the paper. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Good morning, Robin. Oh, see, I love the falling flowers. That's awesome, Kathy. She said she has a tree that rains flowers when the wind blows. So you can see that I had a little bit of an issue here with one of my images. This is what I do, and I do it often in person, so it's kind of cool that you're all here with me. I do this in stamp class. If someone messes up their image, to fix it. So I'm going to do one of the 2 images that were messed up. I dot until the line appears. I don't draw. Like, I don't try and draw the line back in. I'm trying to get my hand out of the way. I dot until a line appears. So you can see that this is the one that I fixed. And this is the one that still needs help. So let's go there, and we'll do that, the one that needs help next. It's just a nice way to kind of fill in, and it's like nothing ever happened. All right, so now I'm going to Winkestella this. My friend Diane would say, wink the heck out of it. Yeah, that's an abridged version. One of the reasons Diane and I get along so well. Too fun. I always joke that I am not employable to the outside world because I just say whatever comes into my mind now because I've been self-employed for so long. I am going to color these flowers with Winkestella and get them all happy and just sparkling. I hear whispers in the other room. Aren't they sweet that they're trying to be quiet while I'm here on a live? I think they're awesome. I hear the whispers. Are you guys like me? Are you guys parents like me that you hear whispers louder than you hear actual talking? That talking sounds normal and that whispers are just like loud. Too fun. All right, I'm almost there. I'm coloring all these flowers like a mad woman. And it's kind of cool to be able to send birthday cards to friends. And I've been really focusing on that. Again, we are going to, good morning, Debbie from Michigan. Love this. It is so easy to make too. So again, if you have any color, one color of ink and one color of paper plus black and white, you could go in with maybe some stamps that you own and make these in a snap. They're not super difficult. The measurements are really easy. If you're home and you're stuck with things to do, maybe it's time to turn the tube off and unplug for a little bit and do something for you and maybe just color or just add rhinestones to everything that you can find in your house. Bedazzle a pair of shoes. I'm in. Or we did family game night on Tuesday. That's the night that we usually go out and play cribbage anyway. We play on a league. But this week, we actually had champagne because it was my 14th anniversary with Stampin' Up on St. Patrick's Day. And honestly, I earned the trip this past weekend for the two of us down to the Caribbean. Those aren't the right size. I gotta look for more rhinestones. And I just didn't feel like celebrating. Like, with everything, with the state of affairs going on in the world, I just didn't feel like doing anything. But being here with my family, it was a great way to celebrate. And you know, I want to make sure by still sending out cards and birthday cards that people know that I'm thinking of them. And they should still celebrate their day. It's still kind of important, all of these things that are happening. I mean, the world's going to keep on turning. In front of my house, the flowers are coming up. You know, God's doing all of that, and he says it's time for spring. So we might be having to, you know, quit it for a couple of weeks and not see each other, which is rough on a lot of us. It's rough on me. But we still have all of these things that can bring us joy, like me putting 9,000 rhinestones, now that I found a package, on this card. So I am going to see what I can do about typing up directions for these, although they are super simple. Well, let's type right now. We've got the base was any color. And if you have the ink and you have the paper, use that color. But if you want to make it just like mine, I used Poppy Parade. And that was 8.5 by 5.5. And then I did basic black. And if you don't have black and you have like navy blue, you know, navy is the new neutral. You can use navy and another blue. So you can substitute. And my black was 5.25 by 4. And then we did whisper white. And again, if all you have is vanilla, use vanilla. 5 by 3 3/4. And that's for the inside and the outside. So that's your measurements. And then I just had some fun. Grab some stamps. Oh, hi, Brett. Nice to see you, Brett. I met Brett when my friend Mary Jo was presenting at Onstage, and I got to meet him. I think he was holding her bag, but you know what? That's what supportive guys do, and cheers to all the supportive guys. And then this was card 2 with the inside, and card 3. And, you know, we could even, I hate it when they get like so slick that they just go everywhere like this one, but it's all good. It does happen. I just use them anyway. But we can just use the take your pick, just slide it right off the transfer sheet. Ooh. Here, I'm going to use this side to find it because it went flying. And then slide it onto the project. You could make like grandma's brooch right there, like you could bedazzle the heck out of that one if you wanted to. And then maybe, because you know everything's got to match, we'll put one on the inside. So just with a few supplies, you can make some beautiful cards. And honestly, right now, I'm going to flip the camera again. The biggest thing that you can do for anybody is mail them a card. I actually got 1 card a day since Monday in the mail. So I really need to get on the ball and take pictures of those and post them to the creative group. I also have some awesome card shares to post from our Stamper of the Month, Denise Breton. She focused on the tropical suite, and boy, wouldn't I like to be stuck on a tropical island today instead of in the rain in Drake-it, but what do? We'll get together and we will stamp. So that's what I have for today for now. A free class for you. I will post the host code for free rhinestones with any order over $25. And to the lady that sent me a $381 yesterday, know that you replaced the order that I would have got today stamping with my Litchfield, New Hampshire girls, whom I absolutely love and miss dearly today. So they will be getting cards in the mail, and she will be getting something very special in the mail. I'm very lucky. If you have a giant wish list, though, call me before you place an order. I would like to help you get a discount on your stuff. We have the starter kit, and it's an amazing deal right now. So if you're stuck in the house and you have a giant Stampin' Up! Wish list, let me help you with it before you place any big orders. And that goes for whatever. If you're placing a $25 order and you can't maneuver the computer, message me with your phone number and I'll call you and we'll do it over the phone and I'll key it in for you. I spent the last couple of days doing that for people. So it's no problem at all. Message me, text me, call me. I will help you with orders if you need them. And I will send you the rhinestones too. So yeah, so thank you everybody. Hi Debbie from Florida. It's really great to see everybody today. And if you didn't catch this live, just hashtag replay when you have time. And what I would recommend that you have in order to sit and play along is the Stampin' Up! Trimmer, a color of paper, your choice. I did poppy, but do whatever you want. An ink pad to match, and black paper and white paper. And you'll be able to, and some stamps, of course, but you'll be able to stamp and play along. You can pause it in between if you need to. Take a break if you need to from all the social media and do something fun. Do something for you. Doesn't have to always be cleaning the house or, you know, I know I work from home full time and so does my husband. And it's difficult sometimes to always be in the house, especially together. I'm on one end of the house and he's on the other end. And sometimes we battle that by going out to lunch. We sneak off and go to our favorite place. Everything's closed now, so we can't. But we can do things like have family game night, unplug, watch a movie, do something that's not attached to the outside world since you're stuck at home anyway. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. If you have a bubble bath, you know. So, oh, Kathy, I'm so sorry that you're still at work. I hope that you're safe. Hi, Sandra. So good to see you. To all the healthcare workers out there that are continuing to work through this crisis and take care of all those people and take care of us, thank you. Putting themselves in harm's way to take care of each other. If you have neighbors that are elderly, give them a call. Make sure they don't need anything. Check in on them. For those that are, you know, bartenders, wait staff, people that are out of work and aren't being paid right now, I'm just praying for you guys that everything comes around and that we as a community can come together. Oh, look, I'm gonna get, I don't want to get like, woo, but take care of each other because that's what we're here for. So you can expect from me, as soon as I get my act together and I'm on to the next thing, I'll be offering free classes throughout being at home so that we can get together and have maybe a social hour here and there. And yeah, this is the first one. So I hope that you enjoyed it. This is nice and simple, you know, so even if even if you're an avid stamper, I would say, you know, it's time to keep it simple. Get some cards in the mail, you know, write them out, actually mail them out. It's great when you take 3 hours to make one card. It's amazing. Mail that one to me. And then, because if it's more than 3 steps, usually I won't do it. But when you get back to the simple stuff and the thought behind actually sending a card, some amazing things can happen. You can really brighten someone's day who might be down in the dumps today just with a card in the mail. It's the most powerful little thing you can do. So with all of that, God bless you all. And I will be online again and I'll be back to see you. Thank you. Bye, guys.